Novatech has got new rules to make a withdrawal from their website. I'm going to share them with you, but before we get to that, I want to give you a chance to read this disclaimer. All right, guys, let's get to it and do it. And this is actually from the official note, actually from the Novatech Telegram channel. This is their official channel, so that's their symbol and everything like that. And before we get into that, I always gotta say I'm not a financial advisor. This is financial advice. Only invest what you're willing and able to lose, and always do your own due diligence. So let's go ahead and read along with me what they have, and I'll give you my opinion of it after we read it. So let's go ahead and read this. See what it says here. It says, kindly note, you always got to be a little concerned when you start with kindly note. But anyway, kindly note, minimum withdrawal is $250. There is no maximum limit. Verify wallet address before requesting withdrawal. Novatech is not responsible for funds sent to the wrong wallet. Requests missing a valid wallet address will be denied. Your PIN number is required to handle all transactions. So now this is a change. I've checked with several people. Let me be very clear and transparent. I'm not in Novatech. I'm in Texas, and Texas is one of the states that they don't do business with, or they don't do business in. Now, their workarounds, anyway, not interested in all that. Just suffice it to say, I'm not in it. So I had to reach out to a few people that are in it. And so what they're not mentioning here, what they're not saying here, is that change from what I've heard was $40 was the minimum withdrawal. Now it's $250. So from 40 to 250, that's simple math. That's a six times increase. That's a 6 times increase of what it was before. Now, this follows on the heels of what they said just a little while ago, where, hey, we're not going to go back and take care of those old payments right now. What we're going to do is we're going to pay current. We're going to pay, so whatever we do currently, we're going to take care of that, and then we're going to work our way backwards. Now, you add on top of that they said, now we understand, but we were getting a lot of those little annoying little withdrawals. Y'all want a little bitty money, and so we don't want to be bogged down with the little withdrawals. What we want to do, we want to take care of the big withdrawals, and now the minimum is $250. So what is my opinion upon this change? Once again, I think that it is a very difficult change and a very unfortunate change for the person, the small investor or the newer investor that's just now getting started with Novatech. Because remember, the previous change to this one was that we're not going to go into arrears. We're not going to go and pay out all those old bonus. Now, this is the bonus. So let me say this first. This is for bonus amounts. Remember, the trading amounts aren't going to, the trading amounts aren't going to be released until April the 1st. Now, that's what they're saying now. So here it is, March 10th, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Once again, I'm not going to say anything about that, but hey, that's what they're saying. They're going to start releasing the trading balances. We can already see what is probably going to be what's going to happen. And there's already, you can almost guarantee there are going to be some specifications and some rules on how they're going to do it. There just are. We've already seen this. So now this is so that's one thing. Then this is on the heels of them saying, guess what? We're going to pay current, and then catch up on the arrears. So we don't want, this was their wording, we don't want to punish the new people who are coming in. We don't want to punish the new people who are coming in. Well, here's my thought with the new people who are coming in, or people that are just now joining. These are their words. Here's my thought. If your new minimum, as opposed to the old minimum, if your new minimum is $250, as opposed to your old minimum of 40, then you would have to have a large deposit to be able to get any type of return. And this is another thing about Novatech. They won't tell you what the return is. It's not public knowledge. It's not public knowledge. I've asked, and one person said, well, they would be, something about, it would be held against them. But most of the companies in this space at least tell you what to expect, at least tell you what the return is. I don't understand how you can just run a company and not divulge something that's the returns of the company. You just expect people hey, we just want you to invest. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what the returns are. We want you to invest. Now, here's the other thing. Here's the deal about that. I talked to one of the people that are in Novatech, and they told me what their returns were. In fact, I talked to a couple of people, and it looks like it's averaging for this week 1.1%. 1.1%. So if you were a company, would you want that getting out? Now, if somebody has something different, let me know. Let me know. In fact, let me do the math for you to show how I came up with that number. Okay, the person that I talked to, I asked him, what was your return this week? And they said they got $22 back. So even if they, and this person, and I'm going to show you in a minute, this person's been with them for a while. They got $22 back. So they obviously are not going to qualify. They're not going to qualify for a withdrawal, even if they wanted to. And even at 40, they wouldn't have qualified. So they wouldn't be getting a return. They wouldn't be getting a withdrawal anyway. But wait, let me show you what their deposit was and show you how to figure this out. So their deposit in Novatech is $1,970. So what you want to do, you take the what you got and you divide it by the amount, your deposit on the account. That is 0.011%, not 10%, 0.011 and all these other numbers. So that's what the return was for their return. Now, if somebody got something different, the person has no reason to lie to me, right? The person has no reason to lie to me. That's what their return was for this week. So already, they wouldn't have qualified for getting a return. They just wouldn't. But let me show you what you would need to deposit or have on deposit to get a $250 withdrawal if you start from day one, or you're going to put more money in to get to the amount so you can get the withdrawal. Let me show you how much you would have to have. So what we want to do $250 divided by 0.011. This is the amount you would need to have on deposit to have gotten a withdrawal and met the $250 minimum withdrawal. You would have to have deposited, or you would have to have on deposit $22,727.27. Don't believe me? Well, let's see. Let's go 22.7 and let's do that times 0.011. $250. Now you would get a withdrawal. If you don't have $22,727 on the account, you ain't getting a withdrawal. You're not getting a withdrawal. And I think that's unfortunate. I can imagine there are people who have this on the account. So they're not going to be impacted by this. They're not going to be impacted by this. Who's going to be impacted by this the most? The people that don't have the $22,727.27. They're the ones that's going to be impacted. And so once again, guys, I like Novatech. I hope Novatech is successful. These are numbers. Men lie, women lie. These numbers aren't going to lie. They're not lying. I'll show you how I got to the numbers. And unfortunately, The people that are going to be hurt the most in this instance are going to be the new investors and the smaller investors, because they're if you unless you're brand new and you happen to invest $22,000, then you're good to go. If you don't invest that much, then you're going to have a problem. So anyway, I wanted to come and tell you once again. Let me go back and let's look at what the announcement was. This is not opinion. This is just fact. This is what they said. I've shown you the numbers. And there it is. And there it is. So let's go ahead and look at that message one more time. All right, here it is. The minimum withdrawal amount is $250. There is no maximum limit. So for you little guys, that is the minimum. For the big guys, for the big ballers, shot callers, there is no maximum. You can have as much. You can have it whatever you like. You can make the withdrawal for whatever you want to make. And as I said before, unfortunately, this is going to affect the smaller investor the most. All right, make sure to watch this next video as I give you my 5 favorite platforms that are currently paying.